I asked him one would like to reborn, to collect a wholesomeness more and more, like to help people. Free from all suffering in present life. You don't like to reborn for the future life again. Finish just this life if we can free from all suffering. The aim of any religion, like all of people, free from all suffering. Different believing or in a different name of God or different way, but our destination, we all like to free from all suffering. That is the aim. Even you say, it is of heaven forever. We call immortal or we call nirvana. It's not different. The aim, in fact, we all like to free from all suffering, right? We all like to find blissful contentment. Do you understand blissful contentment? The Buddha, one who got enlightenment, the first one, 2,542 years passed already. That day we count since he left from this world. His teachings still very clear, and his teachings always be modern. Is very useful for anyone, even the teaching of Jesus Christ also. He like people to free from all suffering also. I thought by myself maybe. The meaning of cloth, look at me. This is eye. A cloth, cut eye out. No eye is mean no ego. No ego, no problem. No self, no problem. I look in another side of his teaching is a great teaching also. Jesus Christ says, if you like to find eternal life, you just leave everything, and everything does not belong to you. It belongs to God. For example, when your children die or left from this one, he said, God, take it back to the place of God. Don't cry. It means anything does belong to us. Jesus Christ also is a great master, teacher also. But the Buddha came first, and also is more detailed the teaching on together. 84,000 pieces of the teaching. And Jesus Christ, his teaching is very strong also. After he was on the cross, he explored the teaching, and he have a great disciple. Okay, I summarize. All of the teaching like people to free from all suffering, but the Lord Buddha, he give the way is very clear completely. Even heaven is not permanent, because his heaven is also, we still cling to have it. Nothing permanent in this world or in this universe. Just only temporarily, even can last so long, but it's not permanent. We become a voidness or emptiness. It means we free our mind from attachment, we free our mind from greed, hatred, delusion, free our mind from attachment, any state of the mind or any sphere of the mind. We don't cling anything. Become emptiness, we call emptiness. Emptiness is the heart of Buddhist teaching. Emptiness means empty from greed, hatred, delusion. I tell you everything truly why I become a disciple of the Buddha. Because I contemplate and I see my life. Since I was a student and I work for a while. I tell you truly, if it's not the best thing, I don't want to become a monk. The most important thing is I follow the Buddha way by my heart with practice. If without practice, forget it. Even become a monk, nothing different. Monk is just only uniform outside, but inside we need to practice. We practice to train, to observe precept, to observe meditation, train to practice oneself or develop oneself inside, learn to how to purify our own mind, until we can free it more and more from any kind of defilement, any kind of desire, even sexual desire. I have it a lot before. I know it's not so easy. That's why I spend time to train myself in the cave alone. I have solitude. If it's easy, we can become AJAHN or the normal one. Not easy to become an enlightened one, right? We all know it. But at least, if we practice, we have less defilement, less desire, or less suffering. The more we have less defilement, less desire, or less attachment, we have less problem. We have less suffering, right? At least, if we continue to practice more and more with carefulness and awareness, with contemplation more and more, with effort, step forward with effort, finally we can get enlightenment for sure. Like we take the dry bamboo to rough it. If you continue to rough, that bamboo can make a fire. If you rough and stop, the fires cannot come out. Can you understand what I mean? Most of people, they like to practice, but they don't continue. Not easy, because we got used to cling. We cling so many things, and we all also follow defilement. We need to conquer oneself, otherwise we cannot win. Not so easy, right? Sometimes we don't want to get mad. We know when we get angry or get mad, it's burn our heart and burn up here. But even that, if we don't practice, it still burn. You see, when we see a bad action, we don't like it. We are against. For one who practice more with mindfulness, awareness more, your mind will cool down and calm down. When you hear bad words, you can be equanimity. Like inside become emptiness, or inside become okay. If inside okay, outside is okay. If inside is calm and clear and free, anything outside nothing. I tell you truly, last time also so hard for me to practice. Until we practice it more and more, we will know by our own self. And like we eat, we still hungry or not? Oh, we know it. Oh, we still hungry. Oh, now we feel full. We know we full. No need anyone guarantee you. And the taste also, even anyone explain, if you don't eat by your own self, you cannot know it. As our practice of meditation also. The Buddha said that we need to contemplate the worldly condition, gain and loss, place and blame, fame and obscurity, happy and unhappy. It's always like that. If we cling it, any condition is cause us suffer later on. The more we cling, the more we have attachment, the more we have suffering. But not so easy though to free our mind from attachment, because we got used to by instinct and by mental formation. The Buddha said that even any kind of unwholesomeness or any kind of sexual desire is come from thought and mental formation. We got used to. Not so easy. Even we have, it's not wrong, but we cannot free from own suffering. It's nature, but that nature is not supramundane. It's not free from suffering. That's why we look for extinction of suffering. We look for the end of suffering or free from all suffering. That's why we like to practice. Even we like to practice, even we know the way. If we don't practice, we still cling it. We still suffer later on. No one live without suffering if we don't practice completely yet. The way still there. Destination of the way is there. One who point the way is there. Depend on yourself. The Buddha said that one who reach there will know by themselves, no need to tell anyone. If we feel full, we will know by ourselves, no need to show I am full. You can look at my stomach, I am full. No need. How are you? Most of people say I am fine. In fact, they are not fine yet, because they are not free yet inside. We can find extinction of suffering in suffering. We cannot find extinction of suffering because we try to run away from suffering. Impossible. My mantra, keep calm and look after our mind, perform our responsibility well, learn how to let go. Not too long, we can find peace and happiness. But not so easy, not so easy. We need to be patient, and we must always be patient, and we need to exercise our patience also.